Welcome back to the Available Post Podcast, a podcast where I speak into the void and hope someone listens. I'm your host, Callum, and let's get on to this January 1st. Welcome back to a new year, everybody. Ready to rock, ready to slap out some new stuff. You know, it's been a rough 2023 for the people of the internet. You know, there's been a lot going on. Lots of real life horrors like, Skibidi toilet, weird Twitch metas, things like that. Things that we're not going to focus on today, okay? The true horrors of the world. And we're going to just talk about, we're going to uplift some games that I like, that hopefully you like too. And if you like this podcast, you should like, comment, subscribe. There's also a new tipping option if you feel like you need to throw your money right into the trash. You could find that in my description somewhere. I don't know if you can. Maybe you can. It's like a scavenger hunt. Anyways, on to beautiful little award ceremony, because that's what people do, I think. I think they do the whole, is it best? I don't think it's best. It's probably not best. Other than the end, I am going to say the best games of the year. And that's not negotiable. You can negotiate the other ones, that's fine, but I mean, they're really just my opinion, so really you're just saying, like, hey, I don't like your opinion on this, but if you don't like my opinion on this, you should 100% go down to that comment section and tell me what you don't like about these opinions, because you know how I go, no edit, just raw off the top, and that's how I'm going to keep on talking. And maybe if I talk fast enough, you'll forget what I just said, and that's really good news. So let's start with the Available Post-Podcast year-end wrap-up, FeralLam Gaming Awards, very personal. All right, so these are games that I played personally this year. Did they come out this year? Probably not. I don't care. I don't care when they came out, okay? When did I play them? I played them 2023. That's when I played them, and that's when we're going to learn about them. So, right off the top, we're going to go on and we're going to say best visual novel, or I guess personal visual novels that I enjoyed playing. And this is not just in any order, but I will pick one that I liked the most. But all of them would be pretty big bangers. I'll give like a little brief synopsis of what the games are and how they kind of go about and what they do. And, maybe you'll find yourself a game. Maybe you haven't watched all 450 videos I've uploaded over the past year since I started recording back in February. Which, I'm surprised I got at least one video a day kind of thing. Things I won't do again for 2024, if we're going to make little things. 2 videos a day. That was a dumb October. What a stupid thing to do. 2 videos a day? I think I've talked about this before in the past. I don't know if I have. I'm not positive, but I can positively say 2 videos a day, dumb. Don't do it. Don't like. No good. All right? You can also... Things I did that weren't... good things I did that had nothing to do with video games, but I recorded an album, and that will probably come out 2024. We're waiting on some album art. We're waiting on some maybe release stuff, but I can tell you that not only is this album a banger of an EP for Teleportus, which you can find at all the places you can find your music, basically, once it's out. But we also have a new T-shirt, which is this is my shill. This is my shill corner. Welcome to Shill Corner. You can donate to me on Ko-fi.com/FeralLam, or you can search out Teleportus and you can purchase a new T-shirt that is going to hit the market. Oh my god! And I have nothing to do with the artwork of this, and I'm going to tell you, this shirt is bomb. This is a fire shirt, 100%. So happy when I saw it. My shirt flew off because it said I can't compete with that shirt. And then I put that shirt on, and I literally haven't taken it off since. I've been showering with it on. It's getting a little moist, but that's okay. Don't worry about any of that. We're getting into it now. We're going to start with best / my favorite / visual novels I played. All right, well, first, milk outside a bag of milk, 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 etc. is a lovely, short, condensed story about... Well, I don't want to... I think it's about someone coming to grips with loss, but in such a unique and interesting way that only a visual novel could really do. It takes the genre and it expands on it, and that was a beautiful game. Second one is a lovely, this one's actually new, came out this year, visual novel that is kind of a choose your own adventure, but is so expansive. Totally voice acted, wonderfully hand drawn, and it's called Slay the Princess. And wow, what a piece of work that is. Honestly, though, I haven't fully played it. I did one stream with my wife, and that was a delightful time. You can check it out on youtube.com/FeralLam, where you're literally listening to this because it's nowhere else. This podcast is only on YouTube. You're the exclusive ones. There you go. That's for you. But Slay the Princess, excellent. Endless Mondays is also a visual novel, hand drawn, very, just so charming. Honestly, it's just a charming idea of the struggles of office life, the pointlessness, but like you just gotta do it anyways. It's very strange. It's super surreal. There's aliens. There's burgers. There's tiger ladies. Yeah, that was honestly, that was a sleeper hit for me. I kind of just got it and tried it out. I was like, I don't know if I'm actually gonna like this. Maybe I shouldn't make a video. But when I played it, I was like, no, this game bangs. This game bangs. So Endless Mondays, Deadlines, and Daydreams is definitely something. Even if you should just pick it up. You should pick it up and buy it and play it, I think. It's probably a good thing. Next one, going much more high budget. Well, I guess Slay the Princess is also pretty high budget, honestly. But Paranormacite, 7 Mysteries of Hanjo, was probably the most in-depth mystery like visual novel I've played. It was very well done, very succinct. I really enjoyed going through all the storylines, getting all the stuff done. So like, Paranormacite, Mystery of the 7 Mysteries of Hanjo is, I think it was just masterfully written and really well gone through. I really enjoyed playing that one. The different storylines are really cool. How it all intersected was really nice. Yeah, 10 out of 10 there. And the last visual novel is also like a roguelike, which is kind of interesting. Nausea. Back in February, I started playing Nausea, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. There are lots of cool stuff, lots of interesting paths you can get. It's like a interesting sci-fi alien weird, like it's like visual novel Among Us is basically what that game is. And well, I have to pick one. I don't have to pick one. It's honestly probably between Paranormacite and Slay the Princess, but as far as like cost effectiveness, a bag outside a bag of milk, outside a bag of milk, outside a bag of milk, and Endless Mondays are definitely worth the game. I also play Missed Messages, which is a very nice, sweet, free to play. I mean, you might as well download that and play that. That was just a cool, nice, succinct story, couple endings, beat in like 20 minutes. It was good. But yeah, I'm going to go with, because I haven't finished Slay the Princess, I can't give it a like a firm yes, that's my favorite game of the year, so it's going to be Paranormacite on this list. However, Slay the Princess, very likely if I finish it, would have been number one. But I started playing with my wife. Maybe that's confusing my brain, but honestly, I think Slay the Princess, definitely number one. A close second between those two would be Endless Mondays and Bag of Milk Outside a Bag of Milk Outside a Bag of Milk. I think Nausea and Missed Messages probably slightly missed the mark on that. Not to say they're bad games. I think everything I put on the list is an amazing game. I just think the most amazing feat was the succinctness of Paranormacite. Slay the Princess, though, fully voice acted, completely insane, awesome artwork. I mean, great voice acting. It definitely deserves to be up there. Endless Mondays, great indie game. Bag outside a bag of milk outside a bag of milk is probably the most unique of all of these experiences and deserves its day to shine. So buy the games, use your money, go buy the games, play the games. And that is my visual novel. That's my little visual novel. We're going to start off with a little reading. Then we're going into my best Magic video. And all I've written here was probably some deck where I cast Sun Titan. Yeah, I mean, whatever. Any deck that I cast Sun Titan, you know, it's been a year of Rings and Bofa. Rings, Bofa, and Shelly. And I don't know. I've made well over 100 Magic videos. Are they all good? No, they're not. You know that. I know that. We all know that. Well, the best Magic set, maybe, I can say was like... What I have the most fun with? Honestly, Lord of the Rings was probably the most fun set, even though it gave us the Ring and Bofa. But I think that was like the most fun I had playing Magic, other than when there was the free-to-play event, no ban historic, and now Timeless is probably the best format on the system. They should probably bring out stuff like Pauper and stuff. They should just have more formats on Magic Arena. That's my little complaint to Wizards of the Coast. Also, Hasbro, you saucy little sluts. You made a whole bunch of money this year and then you laid everyone off. So that's a really cool thing we're seeing with a lot of games. Like, you know, even Riot laid a whole bunch of people off, even though they own Fortnite, which is a game I don't play, but I think everyone else in the world does. So, you know, just that's my little the suck it corporate. You guys kind of suck. Not really a fan, but that's, you know, something with Sun Titan. That's the best Magic that has happened this year. Sure, why not? I love Sun Titan. Best Titan. Let's move on. Let's move on to a less Hasbro topic. We're going story-driven games, and some of the best games I probably played this year. No, you know what? I mean, yeah, the best games I played this year also were kind of story-driven. I would agree with that. But on this list, story-driven games. First of all, A Space for the Unbound. A Space for the Unbound. Every chance I get to tell someone to play A Space for the Unbound, I will tell them that, and they never will play it. But it doesn't really matter, because this game needs more recognition than it got. I think it was narratively delightful. The gameplay was really fun. The little mini games they had in it were awesome. The animation was phenomenal. Atmosphere was cool. Storyline was cool. Twists, turns, ducks and dives, really interesting. The like little horror aspects they had of like at the end of each chapter was completely insane. And, well, Space for the Unbound, amazing. Next, Unavailed. Listen. You want to be depressed for the first hour of a game? Go play Unavailed. It gets better. It builds up. But damn, is that not just a little too real. Unavailed, it was great. A young lady basically becomes a complete shut-in, no motivation, doesn't clean, doesn't go to work, goes into deep depression, and you have to pop bubbles to get her out of depression, and, you know, just by doing basic things like clean the goddamn house, maybe wash yourself once in a while, try and drink tea, eat something other than cup of soup. And that is Unavailed. A lovely game. Definitely, if you can support the artist there, I think they can make... If they can make such a nice, succinct, beautiful thing like this, hopefully I can't wait to see what else they have in store for people. So please support your local little artist. I think the production company's Coffee Snail. Give Coffee Snail your money by purchasing Unavailed and playing Unavailed, because it was good. It's a good game. What else we got? We got Decarnation. God damn, Decarnation. Banger story. I mean, the art in this was... I mean, this is less indie game. A bit bigger of a studio, but still indie game. I think it might still be indie game. We got the music from our lovely Silent Hill producer. Silent Hill... Yeah, producer? Not producer. Composer? Let me just... Hill... I want to say their name. I want to say their name on the. It's the Akira Yamaoka. Yeah, nailed it. Akira Yamaoka did the music for the game. So good. Story, really cool. You're a French lady. You have a very tragic time with a gentleman who, I'm not going to give any spoilers, but you have a very tragic event and you try and process the tragic event and escape it. And it is about trauma. It is a representation of body horror and crazy, like just a crazy situation and how to come to grips with what you've been through, progression through life. Awesome game. Decarnation, really good when I played that. I like that a lot. And then yeah, so Decarnation, definitely. I mean, just look at it. Just look at the game. Oh, so beautiful. The what they do with pixel graphics in that one is mind blowing. Honestly. Then we got Red Line. Red Line is a ghost story about a hotel where you are solving the mystery of your missing sister, I think, by going into an apartment building which is between the veil of living and death. You talk to ghosts, you have a good time, you solve some mysteries, and yeah. The strange thing about this game was that you basically have to do a full Steam ritual to be able to play it in English, which was weird. But other than that, that's just part of the mystery. You have to sever the Chinese text from the realm of the living and try and get the in-between world where the English text lies. And that in itself is a fun little mystery of Redline. Again, really cool artwork, fun narrative, good gameplay. I liked that. Looking up, I only see a ceiling. Is a very short game. Cool, 2 ending. Just about a sleepy med student doing sleepy med student stuff. 8 out of 10. After Dream also came out this year. Great art, amazing little game, really cool idea of how to deal with grief again. There's a lot of games coming out that have to deal with grief. I wonder why. I don't know if loss is something that people have really had in the past 3 years or not. But I guess it's a big theme in today's little brain sphere. I think that's the appropriate word to call it. It's like today's brain sphere, That's where the whole sphere of brains come together. Anyways, After Dream. I mean, it's good. Good game. Good game. I don't know what else to say about it. It's got good music. It's got amazing artwork. It's linear. You go through. You do the story. You can find some stuff. You take some. You kind of use a camera to solve puzzles, which is interesting. You deal with ghosts, and you go say hi to your dad or whatever, something like that. Yeah, After Dream, definitely worth a look at, and probably worth a purchase. Again, another small indie developer that wants your money and deserves your money, and is not someone like Hasbro who's going to lay a bunch of people off and after making endless profit. So there's that. Help your indie developers. That's what this is. That's what this Available Post podcast episode is about. Welcome to January 1st of 2024, and help your independent game developers. Not me. I'm just making a dumb podcast on a YouTube platform where I'm talking into the void and maybe no one's even listening, but that doesn't matter because you should help your little indie developers. After Dream. That's my little spiel on After Dream. I might never get through all these things if I'm just going to keep on rambling like this throughout everything. This is kind of insane. But we got more in the story-driven games. We have Children of Silent Town, which is about, I don't know, a bunch of little European kids going outside of town, turning into monsters, not turning into monsters, having a good old time, goofing, gaffing, palling around. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's a good time. And then there was also a beautiful Scandinavian game, Swedish game, something like that, called How We Know We Are Alive. And it is, again, a game about grief. Again, I think was built around the pandemic. It was built around that time. Very interesting, lo-fi, pixel arts, beautiful though. About a Swedish woman coming home and finding out the truth about her friend, who she thinks she knows, but really didn't know too much about her. And then, blames everyone around the small town about her death, and it's about coming to grips with loss. Again, like every other story-driven game I've talked about. And How We Know We Are Alive, very great. I'm pretty sure it's free, but you can also buy it for like $1 and give them $1. Just give them $1. Whatever. Give them $1. Come on. Give the makers $1. You can do that. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know who you are. Maybe not. The way the world's going, $1, you should probably just save your money. But if you are going to be gaming, $1's not that much. Not a huge price to pay. What are we talking about? What am I even saying here? What am I going to say? I mean, obviously, you heard my whole spiel, right? So, like, it's going to be A Space for the Unbound. It's going to be my favorite game here. Very close second, Decarnation. Third place goes to a tie between After Dream and Unveiled. And then the other games are great, too. I didn't put any bad games on my list. So, I mean, like, what? The winner is definitely Space for an Unbound. Because, damn. Good damn. But Decarnation, After Dream, Unveiled, Social Side of Town, How We Know We Are Alive, Redline, all great games. Looking Up, I Only See a Ceiling, also great. On the Equally as great. I don't mean to like single that one out. But anyways, let's move on. What we got? We got like action games, first person, RPG kind of style. Let's get into this bad boy. Dread Delusion. Dread Delusion is a Elden Ring like, where you walk around finding delusions in the world in a very bizarre, horror-ish, pixelated nightmare. There's a bunch of zombies, bunch of dead people. It's gloomy. It's doomy. You're a wizard. And you just kind of go around doing quests and stuff. It's like your average Oblivion, Skyrim kind of game. It was great though. Yeah, you find a lot of stuff. People, because I put Elden Ring in the title of this video. I think loads of people are still clicking on it to this day, which is kind of nice. You know, I like it when my clickbait works. It's not clickbait. Hashtag not clickbait. But Dread Delusion was really fun. I was really impressed. I just kind of got it on a whim. I know like the Dread X series and stuff. They do a bunch of games. They do a bunch of stuff, but I didn't know they made a full kind of solid thing. Dread Delusion, definitely worth to pick up. Always being updated, getting new content. I think a huge patch, I haven't played it yet, but a huge patch came out not too long ago. Dread Delusion. There you go. All those sounds, all those noises, that's for you. Alright. I didn't technically play this game this year. I've played this game many in the past, but with my wonderful series, Brothers Play, we played Remnant from the Ashes together. And you know what? As much as one of my brothers hates it, my other brother's pretty indifferent. I think Remnant from the Ashes is a banger of a game. I'm going to say it. Had a great time playing it. There was the vaulting mechanic, which was really fun. Just playing games with my brothers is kind of nice. And I hope 2024 has a lot more of that, personally. Want to play more games with my brothers. Remnant 1, very good. Then we also played Remnant 2. Honestly, I liked Remnant 2 a lot. There was some bullshit up in there, Woods. Let me tell you that. The last boss was kind of last boss in both games, honestly, not really a fan. I think that's kind of where the game dies, which is kind of a shame. Yeah, but everything else, Other than Last Boss and maybe a fun little cube boss in Remnant 2, both games, very fun, very cool. I also played Mortal Sin, which was a, medieval roguelike escape hell simulator. You kind of punch and kick and slap things with an axe and stuff, and it's cool little grinder, fun colored game. I liked that. I liked Mortal Sin as well. Cultic, it's action for sure. Cultic and Forgive Me Father are also on this as like a first-person shooter kind of idea of the two that I think were the best ones I played. Now, I'm going to compare the two together. Forgive Me Father, much more stylized, very interesting, cool mechanic, cool build-up, very nice like that. But if we're going boomer shooter, solid, beautiful boomer shooter, where you just want to pop people in the head and stuff, and they don't put new heads back on. Cultic's the one. Cultic is the game for you. I loved Cultic. I can't wait for Chapter 2 of Cultic. Some of the animations at the end, amazing. The music was really cool. Everything about Cultic was awesome. Forgive Me Father was fun too. The Valley Girl voice acting was pretty hilarious most of the time. But I honestly thought Forgive Me Father might have been too many levels. I like Cultic, very concise, very compact, 10 levels. Bingo bango bonked it. Forgive Me Father, everything was really cool except for one fish boss, which was like straight up brick wall. So what am I going? Action first person stuff. Well, what are we saying is the best I played this year? I mean, I'm honestly gonna say Dread Delusion. But Cultic is so goddamn close. You know what? No, we're gonna say Cultic. Cultic's the way it goes. It was what I started. It was the first video series I did. The sound quality is terrible. The clicking and clacking of my keyboard is terrible. The audio quality is completely a mess. And I wouldn't have it any other goddamn way. So Cultic is my game of the year, or is my action first-person RPG of whatever list I just said. Definitely Dread Delusion up there. Remnant 1 and 2. I love those games. I think they're great. Forgive Me Father, super fun. Mortal Sin, just a banger little roguelike. It was cool. Little actiony, fun, fast-paced. Give it a look. Give it a look. Give it a lick. We're going on. We're moving forward. We're going to play Metroidvanias. Now, those are games that are like Metroid and Castlevania for all of those people new to gaming here. And I don't know how you've lasted 28.9 minutes into this video if you don't know what a Metroidvania is. But, you know, that's good. I'm glad you're here. Glad you're hopefully having just YouTube autoplay something. And this showed up for God knows whatever reason. But yeah, so we're going to play. Well, not we're going to play, but like, we got Anno, Mutinamium. Yeah, that was a really cool sci-fi holographic waifu simulator, and it was really fun little story. The gameplay was really cool. The leveling up system was really neat. I liked the open world aspect of it too. It was kind of like a 3D, not like a 3D platformer, but like it was like a 3D open world. And then when it went to platforming, it became straight up Metroidvania style fighting and side scrolling. Super fun. Beat 'em up. Yeah, really liked Anno. It was really fun. We got. That's not really one. I have Warm Snow here, but I'm gonna take that away. That's not one that's there. It's a great game, and I love Warm Snow, but it's not really a Metroidvania, so that goes away. Neon Echo is a roguelike Metroidvania, and Neon Echo is awesome. It uses music and rhythm as a like roguelike fighting side-scrolling kind of adventure. Super flashy, super cool, lots of counter, new abilities. Yeah, Neon Echo, mwah, 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 mwah. Beautiful sound, passable voice acting, and cool story. But the visuals and the gameplay smoothness and the rhythm-based action, awesome. In Neon Echo, Frontier Hunter, Ezra, Wheel of Fortune was a hot mess. It was definitely a fan service game. 8 out of 10. After Image is probably like the truest like Metroidvania on this list. Like, you slap down in a world, get an ability, gotta find a thing, side scrolling only, and that's why After Image is going to win my Metroidvania of this year. I think it had the most potential. I beat Anno. I did beat Anno. I think Frontier Hunter Ezra did give me did like glitch, so there was that was fun. But After Image was very, very good, super solid. Everything about it seemed really fun. Played a bunch of it, liked it for a bit. I didn't do much video of it, but I played a bit more afterwards, just kind of digging around, and yeah, super solid. Really enjoyed. So yeah, it's gonna be After Image as my hit banger Metroidvania of the year. Second place goes to Anno. Just really cool, great graphics, great voice acting, honestly, in that one. Just a super fun time all around. And yeah, that's my little stamp of approval. Neon Echo, if you're looking for a roguelike, and if you need boba, Frontier Hunter Ezra, Wheel of Fortune. I think that will it'll quench your thirst, if you will. All right, now for one of my personally favorite little trips I had this year. We got Chillizart's Corner. Okay, now I've played every one of their games this year. I don't even think that's an exaggeration. I think I've played like all of their discography. I bought them all. I played them all. And they all have their own charm. They all have their own spice, deliciousness, little whew. And well, we're gonna go through a couple of them. Obviously, they're not all on the list. I'm not just gonna name every single Chillizart's games. You know them. You know what you play one, you play most. Unless you play a weird one that isn't like most, but you're not going to. We're going to the Chillizart's Corner. First on the list, we got Parasocial. Parasocial, you are a streamer, and someone sends you a .exe file, and you get spooked by a cursed Sonic the Hedgehog game that is based on the convenience store and other Chillizarts games. You get a spooky exe file of other Chillizarts games. It's very meta. You're playing other Chillizarts games in the Chillizarts game, just like lo-fi versions, finding, doing Akamanto stuff and things like that. Great twists, great turns. Usual thing, multiple endings. Weird character models, weird story plots. And generally spooky bits. So Parasocial. If you're going to play one, honestly, I'd probably play either Parasocial. The next one is also another banger. Is the very first one I played. It came out this year, and I was like, people are like liking this. It's gonna mix reviews, but like, let me see what it is. And the karaoke. And when I started playing the karaoke, I had no idea what the hell that was. I was like, okay, everyone looks terrifying. We walk around, and then you gotta wait and like not get caught by the weird dude coming into the karaoke machine, and someone puts their email address in a pile of fries, and you're like, gross, man. And when I played this game, I was so excited about what this producer and like game designer is doing in this studio that I bought all of their games. So without the karaoke, I would have never even had Chillizart's Corner, which is a beautiful thing. And Chillizart's Corner is karaoke. Thank you, karaoke. Without you, I don't know. I don't know what I wouldn't be doing Hump Day Horror, that's for sure. And Hump Day Horror is my favorite thing ever. It's the best, stupidest name I can possibly give anything, and I like that a lot. So, karaoke, you're definitely up there. Next, we got the Night Security. Honestly, it came out this year as well. It was super good. I really liked the Night Security. Night Security was like legit just a scary game. It still had some of the dumb bits, which I love. Where you go and ask people to leave and they just tell you, actually, I love you. And you're like, oh, that's nice. Get the hell out of here. And they're like, okay. And then they walk away. It's beautiful. You can check the alarms and they'll say the same thing over and over again. And that makes me happy. And yeah, Night Security had some really spooky moments. Like you just keep on going up and up into the apartment building. It gets more and more like actually haunted. And yeah, I think like as a succinct horror game, Night Security might be one of the top, like, actual just horror games that Chills Hearts has. So, for that, it is on the list. The convenience store had some of the most wild interactions and dumb stuff. And is basically like some guy yells at you to go get him beer from the fridge when you're behind the counter and he's not behind the counter. And it's awesome. It's exactly what it's like probably being a convenience store clerk. I can imagine. Horrible. Just a horrible experience. And it really encompasses that. And I appreciate that from the convenience store. The closing shift is the exact same, where you get to do latte blitz, where you make all the lattes in a blitz fashion, and you have to really learn how to make all the lattes. And it's a latte to take in. And I love that. So the closing shift, very good. There's lots of ways to throw hammer at dude or put brick on head, win game. I like the closing shift. And then, of course, there is transportation horrors in the radio station. Oh my god, you have to drive in this game, and if there's one thing Chills Art did not program well, that is driving. But that brings... There's like horror stings you get from like driving past things, but you don't even notice it because like the screen is all over the place. But the actual story of the radio station was, I think, just one of the better hits. So that's why it's on this list. I had a great time playing it. I got all the endings on that one, so that's a good sign that I want to play the game is when I get all the endings. But it's no real surprise. Parasocial is the best game here. Parasocial is probably the best game here. For me personally, I think convenience store, closing shift, karaoke, those are the ones that like had something so special that I was like, yes, this is something I want to come back to. Like, these are the games that make me want to buy every game that they have, because there's always something in there that'll just open up my heart and give me a big old dumb smile. And but Parasocial had all that, and also a good story, and cool endings, and fun gameplay. So yeah, Parasocial kind of just crushes it. I think it's not even really not even that much of a competition. Parasocial, if we want like to go second place, I'd probably say convenience store, closing shift are both second place tier. Karaoke, Night Security, radio station. Obviously the karaoke I think was good, but it's what got me into like playing it. So that's it's a personal one. It's a bit higher than the other two. Radio station kept me coming back. Night Security, just a solid game. So we got that. We're banging on in. We're banging on in, banging on out, banging around, bipping, we're bapping. We're dipping, we're dapping, and we're on to survival horror. Now, I played some survival horror this year, all right? And, everyone's probably going to say, like, well, I mean, obviously, like, Heartworm, because Heartworm's a demo, okay? We're not talking about Heartworm yet, but of course I'm going to talk about Heartworm, but we're not talking about Heartworm yet, because we're going to talk about Signalis. Signalis is it didn't come out. It didn't come out this year. I have to drink some water because I'm talking into the microphone too much. God damn. Listen, Signalis is a perfect survival horror game. Done. Yeah. Signalis is a perfect survival horror game. It encompasses everything like an old school survival horror wants to do. Amazing setting, beautiful art, sweet gameplay, cool controls that make it feel difficult. I think there's multiple endings. I'm too stupid to get them, but that's fine. Signalis? Yeah, beautiful. We also have Lake Haven Chrysalis, which is also playing off of the old school kind of thing, but it's a little more self-aware, a little more goofy. You know what? It's a little too goofy. He starts making jokes that I would have made, and if a joke makes me groan, it must be so bad, because I make some bad jokes. But Lake Haven Chrysalis, it was fun, short, concise, nice. I have Fear and Hunger 2 here. I only played a little bit, honestly. It got laggy. I didn't really play too much, so people like that game. So I'm going to put it here, and I'm going to say the words Fear and Hunger, because maybe that'll make the algorithm go up. So thanks, Fear and Hunger, for hopefully making the algorithm go up. I'm sure your game is great, but I don't have the no dick mod, and YouTube doesn't like the dick. So, oops. So there's that. We're going to talk about Dreadout 1. Dreadout 1 is a lovely Indonesian horror game where you are a schoolgirl who is completely insane. And you have crazy dialogue trees with your friends, and you go and take pictures of ghosts to hopefully not die. And then you escape, kind of. Your teacher does bad teacher thing, and you are spook ghost possessed. All right. And then Dreadout 2, I also played. Dreadout 2 is a much more concise, not more concise, there's nothing concise about either game, but it is certainly a different game, which has amazing voice acting, amazing things. Honestly, the Dreadout 2 was such a good game, except, if you've ever listened to me talk before, No, I have strong feelings about the goddamn white tiger fight. Wow, what about this makes Remnant 2 look like a goddamn walk in the park. That tiger fight was it made me want to eat my controller. Because I streamed it live. I streamed everything. It was streaming the whole thing live on the PlayStation 5, and I wanted to eat my controller after the tiger fight. I didn't eat the controller. I still have my controller. It's uneaten. But other than the Dreadout 2 silly tiger fight, everything else was really cool. Awesome atmospheric. Great, Indonesian folklore horror. So cool. Just that one fight. Ghost mom possession was also kind of bullshit in the alleyway. But nothing was as bad as the white tiger fight. So, I survived the horror, but the real horror was the tiger fight. It was a big tiger in a small city, as I think I titled the episode. Fatal Frame, Project Zero, Mask of the Lunar Eclipse was a really cool game until it glitched and I couldn't play anymore. Fear the Spotlight is a neat indie game that did come out this year, where you are a nerdy girl trying to impress your fun goth friend. Well, you're not goth friend, but your fun, I guess she's rebellious. And your fun rebellious friend is trying to be smart and cool to impress you. And it's a cute little love story. It's a cute little love story that kind of goes through through a little high school time. And you played through a play from the past where there was a fire. Very good. There was a big cover up. It's a mystery kind of game. Fear the Spotlight was a fun survival horror kind of game where you try and hide away from weird shadow burny things. That was nice. That was a nice one. And last, but certainly not least, I think it came out this year. Maybe it didn't. I don't really remember. I could look it up, but I'm not going to. Adama. It's about a game where you go to a small Japanese town, and it's not like other games where it's Neverwinter Nights. you're always looking to get head and give head to people. This one, the head is looking to get you, and you don't want that to happen. So to avoid getting head, you have to hide and sneak, and but you have special psychic power to see where the head is. Yeah, it's kind of just like a cool survival puzzle game, based very strongly on Siren and Junji Ito's Floating Heads. But it was cool, concise, fun game. Definitely recommend picking that one up. It's, again, a small team of people. Support artists. Yeah, but Adama was really cool. Enjoyed it. Liked playing it. Finished it in one sitting, which is awesome. Honestly, I think that's a beautiful thing that people don't respect as much. So, what was the best survival horror I played? I mean, it was Signalis. Signalis is the best survival horror I played, for sure. Dread Out 2, definitely worth a look at. Adama, definitely worth a look at. Fear the Spotlight, definitely worth a look at. I don't know much about Fear and Hunger. I don't even think it's a survival horror, to be completely honest. I think it's more of a exploration, choose your own way to lose the game. Fatal Frame, I have no opinions. I didn't finish the game. It did not work. I did not feel like replaying. Lake Haven Chrysalis, I mean, it was fine. It was fine. I obviously wouldn't have put it on my list if it wasn't, if I hated it. So I don't hate it. But it wasn't as good as Signalis, obviously. I mean, nothing here was. Dread Out 2, definitely second. Adamus, Fear the Spotlight, 3. Dread Out 1, probably also 3. Yeah, bangers. Bangers of games. And we're gonna slide on. No more surviving. We're losing the survival bit. We're just gonna go just horror games in general that I play that I kind of just want to talk about. We got Mandy's. A fast food disaster. Where you have to, I don't know, you gotta pay for your food. It was cool. If you don't know anything about the game, you're stranded on a desert island at night. A fast food joint called Manny's shows up, and you gotta pay for your meals. And I'm not gonna spoil any more about that. It was fun. We have Fears to Fathom. There's a whole 4 of those games, and all I'm going to say is that in one game you eat a whole lasagna, in another game you eat half a lasagna, and I give this game 1.5 out of 2 lasagnas. That's the entire spread of them. All 4 games I give 1.5 out of 2 lasagnas. After Dream, also here. We already talked about After Dream. It's beautiful. It's kind of horror aspect, not like super horror aspect, but that's there. Fear, Fear the Spotlight, here. We have Redline, also here. We talked about that. Dread Out 1 and 2, definitely here. Paranormicite, here. Adama, here. Good. Those are the ones that we're going to cover, that we've already covered. I'm not going to go through them again. You can just scroll back, and I'm going to say the exact same thing about these that I said about those. But we also have Killer Frequency, which was, god damn, that was a banger. Super well voice acted. Really cool story. We electrocuted a lady by telling her the wrong things on how to hijack a car. And it was a shocking conclusion. There was a part where I literally almost passed out in my seat while playing the game because they were talking about someone going into shock and you had to stop them going out of shock. And if you don't know me, because, I mean, why would you know me? But when people talk about stuff like blood loss, surgery, shock, things like that, my brain tries to shut down. And it really did that. I had to lay on the floor and put my feet up so the blood would rush back to my head, or else I would have passed out while I played live on stream. Very cool. It's all recorded. You can watch it on YouTube if you want, even though there's no cam, which is good because I probably would have been fully pale white, and yeah, that would have been bad. But Killer Frequencies, super cool, great music, great gameplay, awesome aesthetic. Yeah, definitely a work of a master. Is a work of a piece of masters. We have Bram Ball, which is also that came out this year. It is about Scandinavian folklore. My wife wanted me to play it because she's like, well, this game looks dope. Look at it, it's like Scandinavian folklore. They got like fish monsters and, big stuff. And I played it and I loved it and I learned it and I laughed it and I lived it. Last boss in that one, a little of bullshit, to be completely fair. But I persevered. I completed the game, and it was definitely worth it. Bramble was a very fun, concise, one sit down, maybe two sit down kind of game, and just enjoy a lovely atmosphere and a great little story about, and really creepy. Honestly, it looks like really kiddie at the very beginning, but it gets pretty gruesome and pretty crazy. So that was really, I like that a lot. What else we got? Well, I guess I'll talk about it now. Don't want to talk about it here? Yeah, I'll talk about it here. World of Horror. World of Horror is the best game ever created. So I could just put every World of Horror on pretty much every list and just win that one. I'm not gonna give it for best horror game. I don't. Maybe I am. I mean, I have another game to talk about just after it, but like, World of Horror is pretty much the perfect game. A roguelike Japanese 1980X game where you are trying to solve the mysteries of your town, and you have different occult things. You got lots of Junji Ito and Japanese like urban legends. It's so good. Everything about it, the artwork, the music, the gameplay is really fun. It's really easy to pick up. You can buy it on your Switch. Like, what are you doing? Buy it on your Switch. Oh my god. So there's that. The full release of the game came out this year, so now it's really banger, and you can buy it blows my mind that you can play World of Horror on your Switch. What a perfect platform for a wonderful game. Like, just, it is actually the perfect game to just like throw down around while you're waiting on a bus, on a plane, in a taxi, ignoring people in a line, something like that. Like the Switch format plus this game were basically made to be together. Super easy to pick up and put down. Like, you just pause it if you need to do something. It's not like time sensitive. Excellent. So I'm gonna give World of Horror a 100 billion thumbs up. And the last game under this I'm gonna talk about is gonna be called Seven Night Ghost, where you get sent off into a work excursion for 7 days into a haunted place, and you have to make a ghost girlfriend. Yeah, that's about it. I mean, you make the ghost girlfriend, and she tries to spook you, and she does dumb things, and she acts all cute and then scary, and then cute and then scary, and by the end you make ghost girlfriend. 10 out of 10. All that stuff's really nice and stuff, and Paranormal Sight's really great, and After Dream's really great, and the Spotlight's awesome too, but it's World of Horror. World of Horror is and always will be a banger. All right, now we got some stuff. We're diving in, we're busting it open. Upcoming bangers. What am I most excited about? Well, let me tell you. We got Blue June. Blue June is a Silent Hill inspired 2D game where you are a lovely young lady going to university in Canada, and you wander around and find mysteries of stuff, even though the street signs are in miles per hour, and I'll never not stop talking about that. But Blue June does look like I'm super excited about when that comes out. I have it on my wish list, and yeah, it is a single person, a single Canadian making that game. So I don't know, show love, wish list it on Steam. It's free to wish list it. Get that hype. Get the hype train going. Spread the word of Blue June, I would say. I can't wait for it to come out, and hopefully it comes out one day. We got Bugaboo Pocket, which is a very, very cute game about... It's basically just like Tamagotchi the game. But you try and help a forest by breeding little bugs, and you pet them, and you play games with them, and it's fun. Good. It's cute. Death Must Die, I think it already came out. But it is a Vampire Survivor-like kind of style game where you get to play as different like heroes, and it looks really cool. The artwork is awesome, and yeah, it was really fun just kind of dicking around with that. We have, of course, the only thing people know me for on my channel, because it has the most views, it is Heartworm. And yeah, obviously I'm excited for Heartworm to come out. I mean, come on. Come on. The game looks dope. Everything about it looks great. And yeah, I'm just excited to play Heartworm. So Heartworm's there. And then recently, I just realized it had a demo, and Excuse Me Sir, which is a bunch of people, like a bunch of creators and influencers and YouTubers came together to make a game, which is based off of, like, I guess Molly Moon was making little shorts based on, I don't know if it's on her TikTok or Instagram or something, but whatever. She'd make little shorts, and they would look like old retro games, but they'd be really creepy and horror themed, very creative, very cool, low pixel, crazy voice. And they decided, you know what, let's actually make this a game. And Excuse Me Sir is going to be that game, and I played the demo. I'm hyped. I'm in. I'm locked and loaded. Looks really cool, super fun, very interesting style game. Can't wait for that to be a full thing. And I'm ready to get ripped apart by the lovely lady. So what's the best one? I'd like to say I'm most excited for Heartworm, and then and then it's probably Blue June, and then Excuse Me Sir, and then Bugaboo, and then Death But Die. I think is already out. So, I mean, how can I be excited? It's already out. If you want to buy it, I think you just buy the game. So, whatever. We're diving in. We're going back. We're moving forward. Okay, we have roguelikes I've played, and well, we know World of Horror. That's a game that I've played. You've seen me play, that I've talked about. It's a 10 out of 10. It's an amazing game. You should buy it for every platform. You should own it 3 times. If you could just own World of Horror 3 times, that would be great, because then they can just make more content and I can play more World of Horror. What else we got? We got Neon Echo. Baby, Neon Echo. I think I already talked about that. I did. Okay, so Neon Echo. Hell yeah. Very good. We have Gunfire Reborn. Gunfire Reborn. Played it with my brothers. You shoot your animals. It's great. It's fun. It's good to play with your friends. I don't know how fun it would be to play solo, but it's very fun to play with your friends. So 10 out of 10 there. We got Mortal Sin. Mortal Sin is a punch-kick explorer game. I think I've already talked about it too. And, yeah, I did talk about it. It's sinful. It's sinfully delightful. We got Chrono Arc, a roguelike about trying to stop a endless loop in a very strange time bubble. It's a card-based game. It was really cool. There's lots of moving pieces, interesting parts, lots of different characters and how you can play through it, and unlocking stuff. Very roguelike, very very fun. Kept me coming back for a while. So I mean, Chrono Arc, beautiful. But for everything, and the actual winner, Warm Snow. Warm Snow is just like the smoothest. It's kind of like Hades, honestly, but just so cool. Warm Snow blew my expectations out of the water. I was just like, okay, cool, like a small Chinese game. Looks neat, so I'll give it a go. But actually playing it, goddamn, so fun. So good, so smooth. Ugh, Warm Snow. Buy it, play it, live it, laugh it, learn it, love it. All right, now we're nearing the end. We're nearing the end of our thing. We have just I titled this just Sweet Games. I didn't know what to put them under. Things I played that I really wanted to highlight. Dungeon Drafters was a sweet game that I played, and yeah, so much depth to the game, so many things. Also kind of roguelike, very dungeon crawlery, very card buildery. It was honestly a lot to take in. Didn't make for the greatest content, but it was very fun to play. So there you go. There's not much of me playing it that you can see, but I did very much enjoy that. And we got Dredge. I mean, everyone played Dredge. I think that was like mainstream enough that like pretty much everyone just played Dredge, this fishing game. Get some eldritch fish, have a good time. I had a good time. It's very fun. Arcadian Atlas, a tactical RPG. That wasn't too tough, but the story was really fun. The character building was really cool. The expressions of the pixel art was amazing, and that's what I'll give that game is a the actual gameplay was fine. Like all the you know what I'm trying to say. Like the leveling up system and stuff was all okay, and things like that was all right. Random encounters. There's no random encounters, but like it was fine. Side quests were okay, but the story was really well done. I really enjoyed it. Concise, succinct, fun, and Arcadia Atlas was definitely worth the pickup, just for like playing through a story. Kind of gives you Final Fantasy Tactics story, and that's one of my favorite games to ever exist. So, I mean, if you give me a tactical RPG, I'll probably play it. Not gonna lie. So Arcadian Atlas, mwah, mwah. Give it a couple kisses out of a couple more kisses. Islands of Khalif. I just recently played the demo. It's just great. The music, the atmosphere, the story, the gameplay, like the controls are smooth. The fighting's cool. Weapons, everything about it. The world building, the atmosphere, the old dungeon delvery, like single square moving stuff is so cool. It's such a cool thing. I'm gonna buy the game and play it. I'm gonna do a full playthrough after I'm done. After I'm done playing the next game, we're gonna talk about Caves of Lore, which I've just recently started playing, and yeah, this is totally up my alley. I mean, there's stat screens. I love this. Like I hate stat screens in anime, but I love stat screens that I can pump up like individual things in games. It gives me like, oh my god, yeah. There's something about like an RPG where like I can just customize my character to the point where it's like, yeah, I want dumb guy, 0 intelligence, 100 strength, and I can make that, and I can do that, and that makes me very happy. So. Character building, like Dungeons and Dragons ideas, like character building's my favorite bit. So, yeah, if I can character build, it's gonna be great. Caves of Lore, super cool. Lots of lore, lots of caves. It's got them both. I mean, I'm a little lore slut, so it's a game for me. Yeah. What else we got on this list? We got Decarnation. We already talked about it. After Dream, hell yeah. Endless Mondays definitely is on my sweet games list. Paranormosite, 100% on my sweet games list. Bramble, Cultic. Those are all the sweet games on the list. But what is the sweetest of the sweet games that I'm going to say? Actually tough. It's tough. We're also going to put another one on the sweet list is Space for the Unbound. That is definitely on the sweet games list. I don't know why I didn't write it, but yeah. Space for the Unbound is definitely on the sweet games list. So is Dread Out 2. Even though, disclaimer, Tiger Boss, bad. Tiger Boss bad. Honestly, I want to say like on this list, like Islands of Khalif and Caves of Lore that I've played most recently, definitely top of the sweet games list. Arcadia Atlas, After Dream, Decarnation, Endless Mondays, Paranormosite come second. Dredge, Dungeon Drafters, Bramble, Cultic come after. Cultic on the top of that after list though. And finally. This is what you're actually here for. What is the games of the year? And, yeah. You already know what I'm going to say. What's the games of the year? Like I've been talking about, it's shown up in every single thing. Games of the year. Okay? Final Fantasy 16, Wulong, Baldur's Gate 3. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.